Dear students, uh, these paragraphs have been extracted from the story titled His First Flight. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly, and commended himself to dive and soar and curve and shrieking shrilly. तब वह पूर्ण रूप से यानी पूरी तरह से भूल गया कि उसने कहा कि वह हमेशा उड़ने में सक्षम नहीं रहा था। इस बात को वह पूरी तरह से भूल गया और उसने अपने आप को गोता लगाने में, उड़ने में, उछल उछल कर उड़ने में, टेढ़े मेढ़े उड़ने में लगा दिया और वह खुशी से चीखता भी था उड़ते हुए। He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. वह अब समुद्र के निकट आ गया था। वह समुद्र के ऊपर सीधे उड़ रहा था और एक विशाल सागर का वह सामना कर रहा था। उसने विशाल सागर अपने नीचे देखा, विशाल समुद्र को देखा, जिसके समुद्र के लहरों के ऊपर छोटे छोटे टापू घूम रहे थे और उसने अपने चोंच एक तरफ घुमाया और खुशी से चिल्लाया हुआ। His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on his green floating ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no farther. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dog fish. He had made his first flight. उसके माता पिता, उसके भाई और बहन उससे आगे ही समुद्र के फर्श पर, तल पर उतर गए थे, आ गए थे। वे सब उस नन्हे सीगल को बुला रहे थे, इशारा कर रहे थे, जोर जोर से पुकार रहे थे। तो उसने अपना पहला पैर समुद्र पर खड़ा होने के लिए गिराया तो उसके पैर इसमें डूब गए। तो वह भय के मारे चीख उठा और अपने पंखों को, डैनों को फड़फड़ाते हुए फड़फड़ा कर उठने का प्रयास किया, लेकिन वह थक गया था, भूख से कमज़ोर हो गया था, इसलिए वह नहीं उठ सका। वह एक विचित्र एक्सरसाइज, व्यायाम से थक गया था। उसके पैर हरे समुद्र में डूब गए और उसका पेट पानी को स्पर्श किया और उसका पेट, वह ज़्यादा नहीं डूबा, ज़्यादा नीचे नहीं डूबा। वह अप्लावित हो रहा था, वह पानी के तल पर तैर रहा था और उसके चारों तरफ उसका परिवार मैंने खुशी से चिल्ला रहा था और उसकी प्रशंसा कर रहा था और उसके परिवार के सदस्यों के की चोंच से मछली का टुकड़ा उसे ऑफ़र कर रहा था, दे रहा था। चोंचें दे रही थी क्योंकि उसने पहले उड़ान भरी थी। Now I shall try to satisfy you by answering these questions. Why was the young seagull afraid to fly? Do you think all young birds are afraid to make their first flight, or are some birds more timid than others? Do you think a human baby also finds it a challenge to take its first steps? Question number one. There are many questions in this. First question, why was the young seagull afraid to fly? The young seagull thought that his wings were too weak to support him, so he was afraid to fly. Also, he was timid and could not muster up courage to fly. Next, do you think all young birds are afraid to make their first flight? Or are some birds more timid than others? यानी क्या आप ऐसा सोचते हैं कि सभी छोटे छोटे समुद्री चिड़ियाँ उड़ने से भय खाते हैं पहली उड़ान भरने में, या कुछ चिड़ियाँ ही भयभीत होते हैं अन्य चिड़ियों के बजाय? I think most of the young birds are afraid to make their first flight. I have seen young birds fluttering their wings to fly while they are in their nests. Sometimes they come up to the edge of the nest, hold it tightly with their claws, and don't dare to leave it. Some more courageous fly up to the nearest branch. Of course, some birds are more timid than the other, as the young seagull in the story was. Do you think a human baby? क्या आप सोचते हैं कि मानव का बच्चा भी पहला कदम उठाने में चुनौती महसूस करता है? A human baby also believes, no, sorry, human baby also behaves in the same manner. It also finds it a challenge to take its first steps. It stands on its unsteady legs, falters, falls, again stand up, tries again, and this time with support gradually leaves the support. Coaxed by parents, it takes a few steps, then falls happily in the arms of its parent. A sense of achievement brightens its face. The sight of the food maddened him. What does this suggest? What compelled the young seagull to finally fly? भोजन के नज़ारे ने उसे पागल कर दिया। यह क्या सजेस्ट करता है और किस बात ने यंग सीगल को आखिरकार उड़ने के लिए विवश किया? The sight of the food maddened the young seagull because he was very hungry. He had not eaten anything since the last 24 hours. When his parents, brothers, and sisters left him alone on the ledge, it was his punishment for not flying to fly, for not flying. Um, the young seagull's parents had encouraged, coaxed, scolded, and threatened to make him fly, but he did not. Then they left him on the ledge all alone without food, thinking the hunger might compel him to fly. This last plan worked. The mother started eating fish within his sight. The young seagull implored the mother. The young seagull asked his mother to give him some food. The mother waited for some time till he became too eager to get the food. Then she flew to him with the fish. She came very near him, but did not give him any fish. Too anxious to get the food, he dived to get it. The mother flew away. He screamed and fell down, but opened his wings impulsively and flapped them. He did not fall any longer, but was flying. He was overjoyed at his achievement. His family hovered around him, encouraging him, congratulating him at his achievement. Thus, he finally shattered his fear and started flying. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. Why did the seagull's father and mother threaten him and cajole him to fly? The young seagull was afraid to fly. The rest of his brothers and sisters had learned to fly, but he did not. His parents tried various means and ways. They coaxed, encouraged, threatened, and cajoled him to learn to fly, but he could not muster up his courage. He was too timid, coward, and thought his weak wings would not support him. All parents teach their young to develop their natural traits. For this, they apply various means and tactics. The parents of young seagull were doing the same. They wanted their young one to learn to fly by any means. Question number 4. Have you ever had a similar experience where your parents encouraged you to do something that you were too scared to try? Discuss this in peer or group. My father is a good swimmer. He was a swimming champion during his college days. I also wanted to be like him, but was scared of water. No amount of my father's coaxing and encouragement made me enter the water. He brought a beautiful swimming costume for me, but I was not motivated. One day, he took me to the swimming pool of his club. He had brought my swimming costume, asked me at least to try it. I had to change to please him. Then he started swimming. He invited me to sit at the edge and watch him. I liked and appreciated the way he was swimming. I wanted to swim like that, but could not muster up courage. I thought my limbs were too weak for the purpose. I smiled when my father looked at me. He came near. All of a sudden, he pulled me into water. He pulled me in water. I shouted and felt like drowning. My father asked me to keep my head above water and use my limbs as he was using while swimming. He held my hand to support me. I tried to copy him. After a few strokes, he left my hand gradually as I started swimming. I was no more afraid of water. I liked swimming. I swam for half an hour, felt my body lighter. When I came out, my father patted me. I was happy at my achievements. In the case of a bird flying, it seems a natural act and a foregone conclusion that it should succeed. In the examples you have given in answer to the previous question, was your success granted or was it important for you to try regardless of a possibility of failure? So, in the example I have given, I said that I wanted to learn swimming but was afraid of water and not confident of my strength. Once my father shattered my fear, the success was certain and succeeded in learning to swim. I succeeded in learning to swim. In my opinion, it is the lack of confidence that leads to failure. Deep desire and determination lead to success. Trying, of course, is important. It's the end of the answering of the questions. Thanks